All right, let's get further analysis on this with Srikanth Kondapalli, who's the Dean at the School of International Studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. He joins us now live from New Delhi. Great to have you on the programme. Tell us, where does India stand on the expansion of Brics?
Yes, this is a major issue that is now at the 15th Brics meeting. Last year, Russia received requests from Saudi Arabia, Iran, and other countries, Afghanistan, Indonesia, and so on and so forth. So there is the deliberations now in Johannesburg related to the expansion of the Brics. Well, the Indian side has been suggesting that the multilateral institution needs to be strengthened prior to the institutional capacity build-up of the Brics. It has to become effective first in order to expand the Brics later on. That's number one. Number two, India agrees to the expansion program from representative from the global south countries like Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Iran, with which India has good relations, Indonesia, and so on. So there is however, it also mentions that the Fortaleza meeting of 2014 of the Brics, where one country, one vote system has been adopted to the Brics, should be the cornerstone of the Brics decision making. That is one. The other is, of course, expansion would lead to the cohesion being lost in the Brics. So that is a concern and that needs to be addressed as well. On the other hand, with Saudi Arabia with roughly about 13 million barrels of oil production a day, and India as the fourth largest consumer of energy resources, there is definitely a liking for the expansion of the Brics in this format. And likewise, other countries are also bringing to the table their new capabilities.
And tell us, how does a country like India balance Brics and also its relations with the West?
Yes, one of the Brics plank is on the restructuring of the Bretton Woods institutions. In 2010, the IMF and the World Bank have been reorganized to include voting shares of the emerging economies like the Brics countries to be expanded. So as a result of that, China's voting rights have been increased to roughly about from 3% to about nearly 6%. And India's voting rights are now increased to about 3% in the IMF. So that has created the urge for the Brics countries to demand more, to reflect to the ground reality of the emerging economies like the Brics. So this is one program that India has in relation to the Western countries. However, India is not trying to create a new world order completely away from the previous world order. So that incremental approach is part of the Indian approach in terms of the West.
All right. Thank you so much for your analysis on our top story. Srikanth Kondapalli speaking to us from New Delhi.